So a very warm welcome to everyone for this very special session of food and diet. This has come again. The entire thanks goes to Ritali because she makes it a celebration. Everything she makes a celebration. So the session is dedicated to her and to her love. And in our CI Plus Masters class, when we were, taking a session with these meditation teachers, then all of them requested that there is a chapter, there's a small section there where we talk about diet and how diet helps you to become a better human being and obviously a better teacher, because that's a meditation class. So the need for having a separate session was there, and then that's how this session happened. But then I didn't want it to be limited only to the teachers of meditation and Reiki teachers. I wanted it to be for everyone because it helps everyone. So focus of this talk, basically, of this session is to bring your attention and awareness into what kind of food you eat and what kind of lifestyle you lead. And ahar, vihar, achar and vichar. हमारे यहाँ पे 4 pillars बताए गए हैं. We have 4 these huge pillars of life management, so to say. Even WHO has approved of these 4 pillars, that ahar, vihar, achar and vichar. Ahar is food. The topmost on the list of what person you become depends a lot on what food you eat. And so ahar is on the top list. Then ahar, vihar. Vihar is, the kind of lifestyle you lead. Basically, what sensual inputs go into your body. What are the kind of people you meet, what kind of company you are in, what kind of places you visit, and what are the things you hear, what movies you see, what music you listen. This all comes in the vihar, the lifestyle, the entire exposure of your sensual instruments to the world. What are you intaking? So ahar put into your stomach, and vihar is basically what you put in all your senses. Ahar, vihar. Achar is like routine, what kind of a routine you follow. Are you aware that you need to have a routine? Are you aware that a disciplined life is an evolved life? A disciplined life that walks between the, parameters of dharma is a evolved life. So achar is like dincharya, hum bolte hain na, like we say dincharya. How does your day start? How does your day end? What do you do in between? Are you aware of, and is there any planning and foresight, or it's just like flowing? We just live the day as it comes, which is very high, but then there have to be some set basic parameters in the head for the dincharya. There have to be things that you must commit to do during the day, and so this comes in the achar. And then vichar is thoughts, thoughts. So all of these 3 things will actually sum up in the last pillar, that is the vichar. Whatever you expose yourself to, whatever you eat, and how you spend your day is going to create the kind of thoughts you have. And your thoughts mean sum total of your mind. And therefore we can say that, whatever food you eat, that is how your mind is. And whatever your mind is, that's the kind of a person you are. That's the kind of a man you are. That's the kind of a being you are. Yeah. So on the topmost list comes food, which is very surprising and least understood by many people. That ठीक है, food हम यहाँ तक weight management के लिए तक समझते हैं, सब लोग समझते हैं that, our metabolism and our this and that, and how broad and how thin we are, and food is directly responsible. वहाँ तक gross के limit तक everybody keeps their head on the gross impact of the food that you're eating. But what is the subtle impact of the food that you're eating is very rarely understood, and few people understand. I'm sure all of you are very evolved and you do understand, yet speaking about it is a call, there's a seeking that we need to, hear about what kind of a food. So the focus of this basically class is to emphasize on, or it make you aware of the 3 different kinds of food that we intake, and the sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic food. You know, how do we differentiate between these, and to bring the focus to increasing the sattva in us for spiritual growth. My intention to give this small talk is only to help each one of you to, you know, come up in your spiritual energy levels and in your spiritual awareness and in your spiritual being, and evolve conscious evolution. This is where the focus is. Okay, so we'll talk today something about what kind of a diet and what kind of you know, yeah, Monami, please go silent, beta, please go mute. So and different kinds of food. I'll take into my references different kinds of, you know, all, I mean, we talk about milk and curd, we talk about nuts, we talk about beans, we talk about grains, we talk about veggies, we'll talk about everything. And then of course I will have a half an hour session for your interactions and for your questions. We'll definitely do that. Yeah, so sabse pehle ye, let us put our focus into, you know, when we eat and how much we eat. Let's talk about when we eat, when should you eat, and how much should you eat. So basically, you know, when you consider all these three gunas of sattva, rajas, and tamas, what is sattva? Sattva is a very balanced, you know, life. Sattva is a very sublime way of life where there is high level of consciousness and awareness. Consciousness levels are very high, awareness levels are very high, but everything else is in a perfect balance. That is sattva. And there is very less oscillation, and oscillation is there when required. So there's kind of an inner control system which you know, boosts up the energy and takes the right steps at the right time when there is a sattva ruling in your body. Yeah. Rajas is like passion, and rajas is like over exaggeration, and rajas is going overboard, and rajas is oscillating movement all the time, hyperactivity of the mind. So when we talk from the mind point of view, sattva is purity, and sattva is sublime thoughts and appropriate thoughts at the right time. You know, you think about the right things at the right time. Whereas rajas is very individualistic. Rajas is very individualistic, and rajas is very governing, you know, movement all the time. It sets the mind into movement all the time. So there is a lot of fragmenting of thoughts. Yeah, Rupali, please mute yourself, beta. There is a lot of fragmenting of the mind with rajas, and there is hyperactivity, and it's always either dwelling into the past or in the present, in the future, you know, so it's running forward most of the time, running forward. And it's productive. Rajas is productive, but then the mind doesn't need to be in a productive mode all the time. There is something called isness, and there's something called just being here. There's something called, can you enjoy the present moment completely? That can happen only with sattva. It can't happen with rajas. Okay. And tamas is in fact negative. It is resistance. It is lethargy, and it is anti-consciousness. It is, you know, it puts you on a low level of consciousness and dulls your mind. Tamas dulls your mind. Dulls your mind means there is no productivity if there is tamas. It's like, and I'm sure all of you experience it when we eat some certain kind of food sometime. There's a मैं experience करती आलू के पराठे खाती हूँ तब. When I eat aloo paratha and I go overboard on the third paratha, then I understand what is tamas, because then I don't want to work. I'm just sitting like a zombie, you know. So you know, all of you, I'm sure, when you go overboard on something which you really like, and then you understand what is tamas, because it dulls your mind, and it is non-productive, and it is anti-consciousness. It doesn't allow you to it doesn't allow you to touch upon the lightness of the consciousness and the higher movement of the consciousness. It goes downward movement, you know. So tamas is really not recommended for seekers, for sadhaks, for people who are on the path, and for people who are wanting to experience the zenith of their spiritual beings. You know, I'm sure all of you want to experience miracles in your life, and you want to experience, you know, God realization and the presence of, you know, the fathomless consciousness around us. the interconnectivity, the oneness of the field that we are functioning in. I'm sure all of you have this aspiration. You do have worldly aspirations, but being spiritual on the path and, learning so many things and meditating and, channeling energy and light and exploring these various beautiful modalities, I'm sure you're seeking closeness to consciousness and God and experiencing miracles in your life. And this can happen only when you allow lightness of consciousness in your body and not and completely try to stay away from tamasic inputs. So what kind of a food? We'll talk about the sattva, rajas, tamas in a while. सबसे पहले ये है कि कितना खाना खाना चाहिए. So basically sattva demands moderation. Basically sattva demands moderation. The moment you cross moderation and go into satisfying yourself till you burp, or till you feel like loaded, that then it goes from rajas, it crosses the borderline of sattva, goes to rajas, and then crosses the borderline of rajas and goes into tamas. The moment you take, you eat till you burp, and you eat till you say that gale tak bhar gaya khana. जब हम बोलते हैं कि गले तक भर गया खाना, पानी पीने की भी गुंजाइश नहीं है. So that kind of eating quantity is tamasic. Okay, yuktahar viharasya. It's a very beautiful shloka in our in Bhagavad Gita. And yuktahar, yukta ahar, vihar. Ahar and vihar should be yukta. That means suitable. If you don't have too much of physical work to do and your lifestyle is into sedentary lifestyle, or you're sitting on the computer and working, and you have to eat very little. You need very little food, and you need more of sattvic food when you're not having physical movement. Physical movement will demand, if you're like you have to walk a lot, you have to pick up things, and there's manual work that you're doing, then the rajasic food can be high. You can have high rajasic food. But if you're having a sedentary lifestyle and more intellectual work, in fact, if you try eating sattvic food, which is energy rich, vitality rich, it is love rich, it is rich in enzymes, rich in all the prana value, it in fact enriches your brain cells and can make you very alert and alive, and gives you more energy to work in the kind of lifestyle. If you have a sedentary lifestyle and lifestyle that is demanding sitting down and doing intellectual work, rajasic food is not for you. Rajasic food should be taken in balance so that you are worldly active. Worldly active is like sattva brings into you a lot of moderation, mild behavior, gentleness, and inactive, externally inactive in sense of you don't put your head into all the affairs of the world. You put your head into the affairs that are connected to you. That is sattva. But rajasic will overactivate the mind and put your attention 360 degrees. So sometimes the roles that you're playing, for instance, if you're working in a newspaper agency or you're working in an office where you're general knowledge and you are required to be up to date with your information, you require that little bit of rajas, to keep your brain worldly wise active. So you'll have to balance between the sattva and the rajas to understand. Not excessive rajas, because that makes you overactive and it is anti-meditation. You can't meditate when you're exposing yourself to rajas. Okay, so sattva has to be predominantly on the higher side for you. If you have a lifestyle which is not very physically active and a lot of mental intellectual work, rajas to a balance that keeps you involved in the work, and tamas bare minimum. So the quantity of food that you eat should be in moderation for sattva, should be a full satisfaction in rajas, and overboard when you go over burping stage, that becomes tamasic. Your whole food becomes tamasic when you overeat. So the quantity should be in moderation for sattvic, and rajasic should be with awareness to the fullness, and tamasic absolutely should be avoided. That means going overboard. And when should you eat? They say that we are human beings and we are so much a part of nature, And just like all other beings, you know, none of the beings I see from the animal kingdom or plant kingdom overriding their natural cycles. It's only human beings, because we have free will, and we override and we just go haywire with the natural cycles. The nature demands you to finish your eating time between sunrise and sunset. सनराइज और सनसेट के बीच में खाना पीना खाना चाहिए, उसके बाद और उसके पहले नहीं खाना चाहिए, by rule, by law, by nature, okay, by natural law. When you eat beyond this time, your entire food gets laced with tamas. It gets laced with tamas. It can't digest. Also, when you see from the digestion point of view, you know, sattva gets digested very easily. Sattvic food gets digested very easily and does not, you know, put a load on your digestive system. Therefore, the organs involved stay longer, live longer. You have a longer life, you know. And rajas is taxing on the digestive system. It taxes the digestive system, but you can say that it takes it to a higher limit. Tamas, on the other hand, is very hard on digestion. Tamasic food is very hard on digestion and punishes the organs, because the toxins are released when you eat tamasic food. A lot of toxins are released, and the entire organ systems, you half the life of your organs when you eat tamasic food. Okay, so it's very, very important for you to understand that you must eat between sunrise and sunset. There, your digestive power is really nice. It's really nice because it's the sun energy and the prana supports it. Prana and apan are very beautiful in balance, you know, when you eat between sunrise and sunset. I'll also, you know, recommend to you one or two shlokas to aid your digestion and to, you know, help you digest and convert this entire energy of food into prana, and that kind of takes your consciousness higher on the journey. We'll talk about it later. So between sunrise and sunset, after sunset, eating food is not advisable at all. It gets converted into tamas. Okay, so it remains, even if you take a sattvic diet after sunset, even if you take a sattvic diet after sunset, it gets converted into tremendous amount of tamas, which is not, it's futile then to eat a sattvic diet if you're eating after sunset. Similarly, you know, when you rise up in the morning, at the time of sunset is the breakfast time. The time of sunset, at the time of sunrise is your breakfast time. So, and they say that your breakfast should be like a welcome to the stomach. So the best meal in your day should be your breakfast, which is absolutely reverse the kind of lifestyle everybody is following now in the cities. They skip breakfast or take a very light breakfast, which is not recommended. The meal is again a very fast, because office mein hota hai, just grab a sandwich or grab a pizza or take a burger or just take a juice or just take a, you know, something, and you're done. And then you come home and you want to sit with the family and have a nice big dinner, you know, which is like absolutely against the natural law. The natural law, nature's law says that you must eat a good breakfast, you know, sumptuous good breakfast. Take it a little lighter and slower with the lunch, and the lightest of your meal should be the dinner. That means the dinner should have actually just some boiled vegetables or soup or something, and maybe one chapati or one toast or something, right? So we talk also about these chapati and toast stuff. We'll talk about what kind of food, etc. So very important to understand, to increase the sattva in your body, the timing of your food should be reset. Quantity of your food should be reset. Okay, you have to reset, you have to become aware. I don't have to eat in excess. That means, you know, you let's say you take those 2 chapatis or 3 chapatis and there is still space in your stomach and you can eat the 4th one. That's the time when your awareness should come in and say that, okay, I have some space, but I don't have to eat it, and you leave the 4th chapati. You know, it's something like that. So the 4th chapati would put you absolutely full, would take it to tamas. And if you eat a 5th one, that becomes tamasic completely. Not only does that become tamasic, but it kind of converts all the other that you have eaten also into tamas, which means that it becomes difficult for digestion. That means you have overloaded your digestive system with a lot of food, and it becomes very difficult for it to digest. It converts, the entire energy gets laced with tamas, okay? Now let's talk something about, what is energy rich food. Energy rich food gives you vitality, gives you high level of prana. There are a lot of enzymes, and fruits and vegetables. We all know that fruits and vegetables are really good, but that's not the whole story of fruits and vegetables. Seasonal fruits are considered to be sattvic, and non-seasonal foods are considered to be tamasic, mind you. So if you're taking fruits which are non-seasonal, I mean, you're eating a mango in the winters coming from cold storage, or eating, any kind of fruits that are not of this season are not good for your body, and they are against the natural law. They're against the nature's law, and will create a problem in the digestion. And yes, normally what happens is, when the digestion is not in a natural flow, then it releases toxins. The food releases toxins. It'll give you extra acid sometimes, or it will leave toxins and will harm your intestines and your entire digestive tract. So fruits have to be seasonal, and seasonal fruits will never harm you, even if you are having issues with your body already, having some kinds of diseases or imbalances in your metabolism. Seasonal fruits will never harm, because they go with the natural nature cycle. And again, it doesn't mean if it's seasonal you overgo on it. It has to be in yuktahar. That means it has to be in moderation. It has to be with a sense of awareness, So fruits which are seasonal are very nice, and they should be eaten in moderation. When you top your fruits with a lot of additives, then they become rajasic. For instance, let's say we have a mixed bowl of fruits that you want to have. When you add things to it, like nuts and seeds, and sugar sometimes, or honey, or something that would add flavor to it. These additives also, you have to be very careful, because they have an overall impact on the bowl of fruit that you're eating. So nuts and seeds, when they are roasted and taken in moderation, nuts and seeds, when they are roasted and taken in moderation, they are sattvic. When you eat them, just raw like that, crunch, then they are rajasic. They're rajasic, and normally release a lot of gas and release a lot of, so they shouldn't, you cannot have more than a certain amount. You shouldn't have more than a certain amount. Some people have the habit of sitting with a bag full of it, and they just keep watching the TV and, eating, whether they're cashews or almonds or, raisins. That's not the way to eat nuts. Nuts have to be eaten in a very limited quantity, and preferably roasted, ground, or soaked overnight. Nuts which are soaked overnight are very sattvic. Almonds, especially raisins. You have figs, anjeer hota hai. So these are, if they're soaked, then they get converted into sattva. And if you eat them without soaking, without roasting, they're rajasic. And overeaten nuts are tamasic. When you're overeating nuts, then they're tamasic. Similarly, fruits, fresh fruits, so eaten in moderation, they are sattvic. And you blend them with a little bit of, top them with a little bit of roasted nuts or a little bit of seeds. Thoda sa top kiya to wo sattva mein aa jata hai. But if you're going overboard on the nuts and seeds and overboard on the fruits, and eat a bowl, like ek bowl kha liya, dusra bowl kha liya, or the whole concept of smoothie, the whole concept of smoothie is absolutely against Ayurveda or natural law, because we are made to believe that, okay, put it all together, blend it and drink it. I mean, you've done your dosage for all the iron and calcium and everything, magnesium, everything in a blender, and then just drink it. The whole concept of smoothie is anti-natural law. It's convenient. It's very convenient, but it's it's against the law. For 2-3 factors. Number one, you're not relishing the fruit as a fruit. You're blending it with many other things, and in the whole process of making a smoothie, you are adding contradicting things together. There are certain incompatible food items, according to Ayurveda, which should not be eaten together, like sour thing and milk. We don't eat together. You can't mix anything sour with milk and eat it. It will get toxic in the body, and that is exactly what, your milkshakes are about. You put grapes in it, and you put all kinds of pomegranate and everything into it, and blend it into a nice shake, and drink it. Similarly, yogurt is there. You have yogurt with fruits, with sweet fruits, and this is all very incompatible. Fruit should be eaten like a fruit, then it's sattvic. Otherwise it becomes either rajasic or tamasic. Mostly it goes when it is, any kind of food is eaten and cooked and eaten without awareness and without knowing, not just the nutritional value. Nutritional value is a very modern concept. I mean, thinking about, there is nutrition in the food. Where is the need for us to know how much magnesium and how much iron it has? You can just have it once in a while, but when you blend things together, okay, this is my whole dose of all the nutrients that I require, and I eat it. Fruit should be eaten like fruit, yogurt should be eaten like yogurt, and milk should be taken like milk. And there are certain natural, जैसा आपका स्वभाव है, हमारा स्वभाव, मेरा स्वभाव loving है, so I cannot become something that I'm not, just because somebody likes it. I can't. So similarly, fruits, vegetables, and all these things that we eat have their swabhav, have their primary nature. They should be consumed like that. For instance, milk, they say, Ayurveda says that milk should be consumed warm or hot. Then it's sattvic. The moment you consume milk cold, ice cold, it becomes either rajasic or tamasic. Rajasic तब होता है अगर ice cold milk पी लिया, और तामसिक तब होता है जब उसमें बथेरी चीजें डाल दी, बहुत सारी चीजें डाल दी, तो वो तो तामसिक बन गया. Similarly, yogurt is there, curd है, दही है. Yogurt should be, if it's fresh, a fresh yogurt is sattvic, which is not very sour, that is sattvic. But the moment it becomes little sour, then it becomes rajasic. And then when it really becomes sour, बिल्कुल खट्टा दही जिसकी कढ़ी हम बनाते हैं वो तामसिक हो जाता है, बिल्कुल तामसिक हो जाता है. खट्टे दही की जब छाछ बनाते हैं तो वो राजसिक होती है, पर खट्टा दही खाली ऐसे खा लो तो वो तामसिक होता है. And people use खट्टा दही in making their smoothies. This is, it gives a very nice punch to the smoothie. So they put khatta dahi into the smoothies. Not only does it spoil the entire fruits, other baki fruits, nuts ko bhi spoil kar deta. The whole concoction, the whole glass is a tamasic glass of food for you. So you have to be very, very watchful about, these things. Incompatible fruits, incompatible foods should not be taken together. They make it tamasic. They make the whole food content tamasic. Okay. So let's talk about something about nuts ka maine thoda sa bola aapko. Let's talk something about veggies now. So mild veggies, you have jaise jiska apna zyada flavor nahi hota hai, wo sattvic hote hain. Even surprisingly, even brinjal, I mean eggplant, aubergine is also sattvic. It's considered to be sattvic. But the moment, and because it's mild, what we normally do, we want to cook that and make it chatpata. In South, in Hyderabad, they make bagare bangan, masala bangan. Even in Maharashtra, एकदम spicy कोल्हापुरी बैंगन बनते हैं, बड़े स्वाद बनते हैं. So उसका सत्वा का पूरा murder हो गया. The moment you make the brinjal into an oily concoction with a lot of spices and खट्टा चटपटा बना दिया, तो वो तामसिक बन गया. But in its original state, bangan is very, very sattvic. So mild vegetables, like you have eggplant, as I took as example, you have lauki, tori, all these are very mild, pumpkin, ये सारे बड़े mild होते हैं. And the best way to eat them, the juices of mild vegetables is very healthy. The juices of mild vegetables is very healthy and considered, जैसे लौकी का जूस आजकल promote करते हैं, it's very healthy. Fresh juice, of course, it should be fresh. Anything which is cooked and stored or prepared and stored for more than 3 hours, हमारे यहाँ एक यम कहा जाता है. In Ayurveda, in our Indian tradition, we call it एक यम 3 घंटे का होता है. पहले 3 घंटे में कंज्यूम किया हुआ इस सात्विक, दूसरे 3 घंटे में कंज्यूम किया हुआ राजसिक माना जा सकता है. उसके आगे वो खाना तामसिक बन जाता है, चाहे कितना भी बढ़िया बना हो. So you have to, when you think about increasing your sattva, and I'll talk about, how you don't have to get obsessed with this, but just take it into awareness. We'll talk a little later when I finish talking about these foods. So these mild vegetables are really very nice. Either they should be you know, taken as juice, usko aap juice bana ke pee sakte ho, or very mildly tempered, you know, bahut mild uski seasoning karke freshly khana chahiye. So a lauki made just now with a little bit of ghee, or a turei made just now with a little bit of ghee, with, and adding no masalas, or very mild masalas, very mild masalas, is extremely sattvic. All right. The moment you put a lot of masalas and you fry this and make koftas out of the lauki, then it becomes rajasic, and after a while it becomes tamasic, right? Vegetables which are like very pungent in taste, like you have the you know, the hot pepper, and you have your onion and garlic. These pungent vegetables, you know, leeks, वो हैं, इसे salads में बड़े बड़े प्यारे प्यारे से पत्ते वत्ते use करते हैं, कच्ची प्याज के पत्ते use करते हैं. All of these are, the pungent in taste, and they are tamasic. Even in the fresh form, they are tamasic. So you can, it's not that you should not eat those. No, you can use them in very mild quantities. It's not that it's natural healthy food, it's from nature. So it's not that you don't want it, you're going to remove it out of your diet, you know, but it should be taken into awareness and taken very mildly, just to give a little flavor. Once in a while, once in a week, you're going on a diet which has got, you know, your choice of garlic or your choice of onion in it, etc. So you have to be aware that through the week or through all these days, you're not completely unaware and going on eating anything and everything that makes the body a war field. It makes your whole body a war field. Pan and apan ki ekdam dhoom mat jati hai, you know. So with awareness, needs to be eaten with awareness. You entertain your taste buds, but with awareness and not going overboard on it. So pungent vegetables are tamasic basically. Leafy green vegetables are sattvic if they're fresh, otherwise they're rajasic. When you cook saag for a long time, you cook saag, mane, you put all the leafy vegetables together and put some more things into it and more things into it, then pressure cook it for a long time, and then you know, usko atta atate hain, usko gada banate hain, fir ekdam chatpata sarson ke tel mein tadka lagate hain, wo to tamasic ban gaya. All right. So when you made that saag, well, I know it's the tastiest thing that one can eat with, you know, in a season like that, when winters begin, we all, you know, go with saag and makki ki roti or mandwe ki roti. तो इसको जब पता होता है आपको कि ये तामसिक खाना है, आपको पता होना चाहिए, must educate yourself, yeah. आपको जब पता होता है तामसिक खाना है तो खाते हैं, मगर बिल्कुल मॉडरेशन में खाएंगे आप, and you will immediately balance something, you know, with either you will fast or you will take something that will convert the whole energy into sattva. So not knowing, that means ignorance about the energy quality of the food, is the worst thing to happen. I mean, we are not here talking about the weight management at all, we are talking about the energy management, right? And जब कभी हम ऐसा खाना खाते हैं, I mean, whenever we know it is tamasic and yet we eat because we love it, and it's freshly cooked and it's cooked very well, हम खाते हैं उसको. तो कुछ digestion process के लिए बड़ी अच्छी हमारे यहाँ प्राणायाम बने हुए हैं. We have a very nice breath work that can you know, actually convert this food into fire and can enhance the energy of your body and not let it sleep into ignorant digestion where it releases toxins. So you know, in the olden times, there are two beautiful shlokas from the Gita. One is from chapter 15, 14th verse, you know. It's a very beautiful shloka that somebody had taught me. I had gone to a retreat once. मुझे वहाँ पे उस डॉक्टर, आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर ने सिखाया था, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है श्लोक. It says, अहम वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रिता प्राण अपान समायुक्तः पचाम्यनम चतुर्विधम. It says that you know, you just, he said that, you know, you just put your hands on your stomach and you say the shloka. It addresses consciousness, basically. It invokes consciousness. And it says, it's 15th chapter, shloka number 14, chapter 15th of Bhagavad Gita, shloka number 14. So it says, aham vaishvanaro bhutva. You know, it says it's invoking consciousness, that it is me, the consciousness, that actually becomes the fire, you know, which is digesting the food and balances and utilizes the prana and apan, you know, to assimilate and digest this food. So you're invoking consciousness. When you do that, digestion becomes really very active and very aware. And it's conscious digestion. It's conscious digestion because you're invoking the consciousness in the system to be able to digest the food very nicely. You can chant this shloka 3 times whenever you take something that you realize that this is something that is going to spoil my system. Yeah. And another shloka, Brahmarpanam Brahmavir, is something that is chanted in all the ashrams and all the gurukuls and all Brahminic families also, Brahmin families also. They teach the children to say this before you begin the food. Before you start eating the food, it's a very beautiful shloka. It says, Brahmarpanam Brahmavir, Brahmagno Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. It says it's a Brahma. The oblation is Brahma. What I'm eating is Brahma. What I'm offering is Brahma. Where it is going, it is Brahma. Everything is. So it's invoking consciousness, basically. This shloka is number 4th chapter, 24th shloka. Chapter number 4, Bhagavad Gita, 24th 24th shloka. So I'll answer all these questions. मैं बाद में देख के answer करती हूँ. So, number 1, be aware of the time when you're eating. Number 2, be aware of the quantity you're eating. Number 3, be aware of what you're eating. Fruits, vegetables to be eaten in the right format. अब grain है जैसे गेहूं है, and all of our lentils are there and all. Sattva food demands soaking and sprouting. When you soak grains or when you soak lentils and sprout them, then they're sattva. And then mildly steamed and eaten, they're sattva, not with too much of masala, spice. It's a sattva. Even broken grains like dalia hota hai, into a watery dish. When you boil grains in a watery dish and put some additives like a little milk or curd or a little sweetener, mild quantities, then that becomes sattvic. But when lentils and grains are roasted and ground into a powder, like we have the gram flour and we have the wheat flour and the, all of these bajre ka aata, ragi ka aata, jitna bhi hai, ye sara rajasic hota hai. It is not sattvic. When grain is roasted and ground into a powder and made bread out of it, then it is rajasic, freshly cooked. If it is freshly cooked, it's rajasic. If it's stale, you keep rotis overnight and you eat tomorrow, then they become tamasic. Yeasted bread, that means आप yeast करके उसको जैसे bread बनती है, that is tamasic. Yeasted bread is tamasic by nature, unless you toast it. That means आपने अगर bread बनाई है तो bread slices बिना toast करे खाते हैं तो वो tamasic होता है. It takes a very long time for the digestion to, for it to digest. But if you toast it and eat it, then it comes in the corridors of rajas. Okay, but yeasted bread should be avoided. The moment fermented yeasted bread should be avoided. It should be let it remain to the quantity. Let it remain into the category of rajas and eat it along with sattvic vegetables. Then the diet becomes very conducive to a perfectly balanced sattvic and rajasic lifestyle. Okay, so tamasic things, others to all of all of the stale food, tinned food, preserved food, all your tomato sauce and all the tins and the, all of those that we use, Tetra packs of purees and milk and all of, it is all tamasic. And anytime something is packed and packaged and then you eat it later, it becomes tamasic. So if you have to use them, you use them in a little quantity in a fresh recipe, something that you're making fresh. For instance, you get even coconut milk these days in a Tetra pack. You get even coconut milk, you get cream in a Tetra pack. So it is tamasic. First of all, understand that it is tamasic. But then if you do have to add it into something add it in a quantity which is very negligible and little to just give you the flavor that you want to your fresh, something that you have cooked. Okay. It should be in the head that this is tamasic. Also, all of non-vegetarian, unfertilized eggs, they all come in the tamasic. So if you are a non-vegetarian and that's the food lifestyle you're having, that's the food habit that you're having in your homes, you have to become aware, because that's the man that you will become. What you eat, that's how your mind is going to be, and what your mind is, that's the person you're going to be. So you have to take a call into deciding whether you really need to quit this, or whether you need to take it into very, very moderate, maybe once in a week, or maybe just a little, to just, wean away from this slowly and steadily. Because you can't, in one hand, if you're creating very good energy in your body with meditation and healing and many other things, and on the other hand, you're consuming food that is anti growth of consciousness, then it's like all your efforts go futile. They all go futile. They all, go into a zero. So you have to take a call into what kind of food you eat sometime or the other. And experiment, it's very nice to experiment. For instance, for those of you who have done the CI Plus now, experiment ki hum ek mahina प्याज और लहसुन के बिना खाना खा के देखते हैं. I have done that many times. I love onion and garlic and I eat very little in moderation. But I have experimented 6 months, not to eat 1 year, 2 years, बीच में 2-3 साल मैंने बिल्कुल छोड़ दिया था. The levels of meditation, the levels of peace and serenity you experience in your practice is absolutely at another level. It is absolutely at another level. So these are very scientific and tried and tested suggestions given by our mentors to us. They are not simply blindfolded superstitions. They are very tried and experimented with. So that goes with your grains. कि आप उसको powdered form में, flour के form में use करिए, रोटी बना के खाइए. दलिया सबसे अच्छा होता है. Soupy porridges are very nice of all the grains, and not to be cooked and stored and eaten, then it becomes tamasic. Similarly, you have herbs, and a lot of herbs. We use so many of these spices and herbs. ये है leaves हैं, करी पत्ता के पत्ते हैं, धनिया के coriander है, parsley है, oregano है, वगैरह यूज करते हैं हम. इसका क्या impact होता है? Again here, the criteria of understanding what is sattva and what is rajas and what is tamas goes with the taste of it. Herbs which are like, hum garam masala bolte hain, jaise garam, that means it's hot masala. That means it is rajasic, pure and simple. It is rajasic. So a pinch of garam masala is rajasic and a spoon of garam masala is tamasic. It's the quantity of the garam masala which is very, very important because it is hot. So when you just put a pinch of garam masala into some mildly flavored with garam masala is rajasic, and too much spiced with garam masala becomes tamasic. Similarly, you have herbs like, we have some Indian herbs which are very sattvic and they increase sattva in the body. So once in a week or once in a while, you must, put your attention into these herbs. You have ashwagandha, brahmi, shatavari, shankhapushpi, you have rose, basil, tulsi के पत्ते हैं. इनको आप हफ्ता भर में थोड़ा थोड़ा करके अपने खाने में जरूर डालिए, because that cuts the rajas and takes you into sattva. These spices are really very nice. These herbs are really very nice. Similarly, you have your dhania, jeera, ajwain, fennel seeds. धनिया, जीरा, अजवाइन, फेनल सीड्स हैं आपके, सौंफ है. इसका एक कॉम्बिनेशन सा बना करके आप रख सकते हैं इन अ बॉटल, सूखा जीरा, धनिया, सौंफ, अजवाइन. और इसका once in every 2-3 days you can just boil it, काढ़े के जैसा बना करके, and you can take this. It cuts away the tamas and takes away the tamas from the body and brings the body into a rajas and a sattva balance. It brings the body into a rajas and sattva balance, which is very nice. So herbs and leaves are very nice, and sometimes we love chili in our food. हम लोग chili बहुत पसंद करते हैं. बहुत सारे Indians की तो taste इतनी बहुत strong होती है कि without chili. So red chili basically rajas होता है. Red chili powder हमारा basically rajas होता है. Because when you put it in a very, very little quantity, then it is rajas. But the moment you make something very chili, then it goes into tamasic. Similarly, oil hota hai. Oil when you use for just tempering, when you just use it for your जिसको तड़का लगाने के लिए use करते हैं, very little oil, then it goes into rajas. Sattva तो ये है ही नहीं बिल्कुल. Your masalas and all don't come in the sattva. They all come in the rajas. Okay. So when you use oil with very little for the tadka, it remains in the rajas. But when you put a tadka into something and then you put on a second tadka on the top to garnish, you know, with a red chili, then that is tamasic. You know, like how you put it for kadhi or for this, you put a tadka again on the dish for the red, beautiful look of it, that becomes tamasic. So usage of oil has to be also taken into consideration when you take, because oil does not come in the sattva at all. It comes in the rajas and the tamas. So uh, minimum use of oil is recommended for you to take it into the rajas, and little excess oil also takes it in. The whole dish gets converted into tamas, you know. So even if you're using mild vegetables there, you're using, because you want to increase the sattva, you're using mild vegetables, and you top it with a nice tadka, then it's all become tamasic. One has to be so careful about understanding this. And freshly cooked, freshly cooked, freshly cooked. Nothing frozen food. I mean, even things like potatoes, you know. I mean, if you take potato, you just bake it or steam it. Usko सीटी लगा के पकाया आपने. Mashed potatoes are sattvic. They are sattvic. The moment you put a lot of things into it, then they become rajasic. I mean, when you put like in you know, like aloo chaat, you put so many things into it, it becomes rajasic. With the overspiced, it becomes tamasic. Fried potato is also considered to be sattvic, but it should be fresh, number one, and in very little quantity. It's very surprising that fried potato is also sattvic, because if it's mildly flavored with spices, then it remains sattva. The moment you're eating too many of these and you're topping it with a lot of spice masala and chili flakes, and then it goes into the tamas. It goes into the tamas. All right. Potatoes, you know, when they're frozen, like you have the French fries which are frozen, and then they are purely tamasic. Any frozen food is tamasic. Any frozen food is tamasic. How much ever beautifully they are advertised or they claim the nutritional value, and it is tamasic. I'm not talking about the nutritional values at all, because I'm not qualified for that. But energy wise, I can tell you for sure it's tamasic. It will contribute to your tamasic energy, not to the rajas or the sattva. Similarly, you know, you have salads, frozen salads are they become tamasic. Frozen salad, chilled salads become tamasic. Fresh room temperature salads they can be sattvic or rajasic. Sattvic, rajasic will depend, for a salad at room temperature will depend on the colors. If it's mildly colored and mildly flavored, it's sattvic, and it's colorful. You know, you ensure that there is green and there is red in it, and there are tomatoes and, you know, everything in it, then it becomes rajasic. And the moment you freeze it or you add, you know, cream or yogurt and this and that, will become tamasic. आप freeze करते हैं salad को, तो वो tamasic बन जाता है. Similarly, you know, you have tomatoes. Tomatoes, when they are ripe, they are sattva. Ripe tomatoes, which are not very sour, they are sattvic. And a little unripe tomato, थोड़े से कच्चे टमाटर होते हैं जो खट्टे खट्टे होते हैं, they are rajasic. And pureed and stored tomatoes, you know, they are tamasic. They are absolutely tamasic. So that's very interesting. You know, the whole thing is very interesting to understand. You do a lot of reading nowadays. There's no dearth of information. You get a list of, it's nice to read what is the list of sattvic food and what is the list of rajasic food and what is the list of tamasic food. The awareness in your head will automatically attune yourself to setting the right kind of diet, you know, for yourself. For sure, the output of this class, the outcome of this class, the result of the class that I'm expecting is, between sunrise and sunset, apna khane ka style bana lo. That is one of the best things you'll give to yourself. Don't eat after sunset. If you do have to, then you maybe take just a dal soup or a tomato soup. I mean, some kind of something that you can fill up. अगर आप 10-11 बजे तक जागते हो और आपने 5-6 बजे ही खा लिया, तो फिर भूख लगती है, तो then you keep some, you know, some things ready for you to munch into, but don't take a meal. Taking a meal after sunset is anti-nature and will really tax your digestive system, and most of that energy goes into tamas. That's why then you can't get up in the morning. That's why you feel heavy when you get up in the morning. That's why you can't do your spiritual practices with so much of commitment, you know, because there's so much of tamas in the body. The tamas makes you heavy and makes you anti-growth. And it does not allow, it creates a conviction in the body also, in the mind. माइंड में ना जस्टिफिकेशन आ जाती है, अरे मैं ये करती हूँ, सो आई कांट डू दिस, आई कांट गेट अप. You create 1,000 justifications in the mind. But when you eat the right kind of food in the right quantity and the right time, then you're resolute. Your mind becomes very resolute, your resolutions and your sankalp shakti badi strong ho jati hai. Sattva increases the sankalp shakti. Sattva is tremendous amount of strength, tremendous amount of strength. And sattva will make your mind work in such a way that you will go forward on your journey of consciousness. That's how it is. So now let me read some of the questions. I think we've read kind of, I think I've addressed on the entire list of things that I wanted to talk about. Okay, then from the beginning. So the first question, Ekta, what to do if you're working in India, but as per US time zone, office time starting 1 p.m. to 10, very, very, very sad. Ekta, you can't do anything about it because you're going completely against natural law. But you try to keep your food habits nice. At least the sleeping cycle by itself is tamasic. Your work timing itself are tamasic. But if you keep your, awareness on eating sattva food, probably a lot of this tamas you'll be able to overcome. Please guide on fasting, intermittent fasting in 24 hours fasting. A very beautiful system. Intermittent fasting is a very beautiful system. It gives your body enough rest, gives your body a lot of rest. Your whole digestive system gets a lot of rest. And once in a week, a whole day, a full day, 24 hours, like you've written, is really, really very nice. It's really nice. But I don't think everybody is able to do it. Also, number two, not everybody is meant to do it as well. There are body needs, when people need to eat a little bit. Everybody's structure and, constitution is different. Some people run low on sugar levels, energy levels. Some can't do without eating. They need food every short hour. So apne body ke hisab se dete. But the yogis have recommended the intermittent fasting. It is really very nice. It is considered to be very nice. Keep this both shlokas in the group. I will, Jessel. Can you share all the ingredients? What ingredients, Ekta?
Ma, you did mention we should have basil and some other Ayurvedic herbs. So those names.
Yeah, I'll put them in the. What about ginger? Also milk with turmeric. So ginger is considered to be rajasic because it increases the fire element in the body. It's considered to be rajasic, and when you cook ginger into your vegetables and into your curries, then it is sattvic. It is considered to be sattvic. Garlic, on the other hand, basically is tamasic. It's basically tamasic and rajasic. So a little quantity of garlic can be considered into a rajas, but a good quantity, and normally garlic हम खाते तो उसके पंच के लिए खाते तो ज़्यादा ही खाते हैं. जैसे लहसुन की चटनी खाई हमने, है ना. So garlic in a more quantity is purely tamasic. Similarly, you have, you're asking about ginger and turmeric and milk. Turmeric and milk is considered to be rajasic. Anything bright and beautiful is considered to be rajasic. Milk in its original form, warm milk in its original form, is sattvic. The moment you add little sugar to it, and not the sulfur sugar. I mean, even if you add jaggery or you add the to it, it becomes rajasic. And so when you add little turmeric to it, it becomes rajasic. अगर प्योर मिल्क लेते हैं, वार्म मिल्क लेते हैं, गर्म दूध लेते हैं, तो वो सात्विक होता है. बट जरा सा भी उसमें कुछ भी ऐड करते हैं तो वो राजसिक हो जाता है. बट इट्स नाइस एंड इट्स कंसिडर्ड टू बी मेडिसिनल. So we don't have in India, we don't have the habit of taking haldi wala doodh every day. It's not given. Haldi ka doodh is given only when somebody is not well. If having an internal injury, inflammation, or some kind of a rheumatic problem, arthritis problem, then the haldi ka doodh is there. It's not considered to be a regular diet part. Because it's like, why do you want to take an antibiotic or something that increases your metabolic this thing every day? Why do you want it? So it's not recommended every day. It's recommended. Yeah.
Ma, one question. Ramni here.
Ji, Ramni.
It is basically said that if we want a brain to function, we need to eat well. But then when we enter into the spirituality part of it, what we've been seeing or hearing is that our diet should be minimal. we should try to consume. Like, for example, we are doing the Kriya now for the CI Plus advanced course. So basically, we're just trying to have some fruits in the morning, one full meal for the day, and something light on the evening. So isn't this both contradictory? It's basically...
No, no. The Kriya is for 9 days. It is not for lifestyle. Whole lifestyle. It is over. It is only for 9 days. So you do it only to you reduce the amount of tamas in the body and bring the conscious levels very high. Only for 9 days. But otherwise, when like you said, for the brain and for the head, you need to eat well. Now, how do you define this eat well? It is not a basket full of food. Eat well ka matlab nutritionally conscious and energy consciousness. Okay. न्यूट्रिशन की भी कॉन्शियसनेस होनी चाहिए कि ब्रेन के लिए आपको क्या किस चीज की जरूरत है. यू डोंट रिक्वायर फैट, you don't require you don't require volumes of food. For the brain you need choices food that will keep you alert and high in energy. Sattvic food actually is a very high energy food, and it's not gross energy but it's subtle and mental energy. Sattvic food is very high energy food, not the gross body energy. Gross body energy you get with rajas. That means if I have to work in the field, then I need to have parathas. But if I have to do mental work, a fulka is better. It's like that. So when you say eat well, that eat well has to be understood properly. For my mental stamina, I have to eat well. What should I eat well? What is it? So soaked almonds you should eat, not just keep popping almonds while you're working. Just eat a limited amount of moderation amount of almonds which are soaked, or raisins or figs which are soaked. And then, so that is far more valuable. You take a small bowl full of soaked dry fruits in the morning, even dates, if you just eat dates like that, then they're rajasic. But if you soak dates at night and eat them in the morning, they release all the nutrients as fresh dates, in your body. So that becomes sattvic. So you have to redefine what does it mean that
some
you
of
eat
us,
well.
I think, are working women. So trying to finish our dinner before the sunset could be difficult. So how do we manage that?
You have to manage it here.
Okay.
You have to manage it here. Reach a conviction level. Educate yourself. Read about it so much. Be motivated with it, and then make a resolve.
No, the Kriya part of it, I'm doing it perfectly, ma. I mean, I'm not at all cheating on it at all. Very good. Trying to get into that.
No, it's not difficult to be. It's been more than 2-3 decades. I finish my dinner at 5 o'clock. I finish my dinner at 5 o'clock, and it's not because I don't do any work. I do a lot of work. And so 5 बजे के बाद जब कभी भूख लगती है, we just roast a little makhanas and eat, I take a little peanuts or take one date or something, just to cut that hunger parang. If you feel hungry, we don't feel hungry. When you resolve and when you make that your lifestyle, your body gets used to it. It's very surprising that your entire body and your entire mind is nothing but a habit. It's nothing but a habit. Everything is habit, so you have to change the habits. That's it. Just put it here. Put it here that I have to finish it. Yeah.
One last question, ma. You said that roti, I mean, any grain made into powder is considered to be rajasic. But then most of us, because now it's a said that rice makes you put on more fat and this, so go switch to roti and all that. So how do we...
Rice is perfectly fine for Indian. It has been a staple food in India for a long time. Rice is not bad. Overeaten rice, too much of rice is not good. Anything too much is not good. You eat rice in moderation, it is not bad. And here, it's rajasic. Rice is not considered tamasic. Over rice, biryani rice or full quantity of rice is tamasic. But moderation taken rice is rajasic. It's not tamasic. Okay. And so, here our focus is on energy and not on the diet, not on the weight management. I'm not talking on weight management at all. So I have no idea, but that's not my subject. Yeah.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
Yeah.
Pranam, ma. This is Rupali.
Yeah, Pranam Rupali, bolo beta.
माँ एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था. आपने ये टच किया था टॉपिक. आपने बोला था कि कभी तामसिक खाना भी पड़े तो आपको बैलेंस करना है कि लाइक सात्विक ले लो तो या तो फास्ट कर लो. तो थोड़ा उस पे आप बोलेंगे, बिकॉज इन आवर लाइफस्टाइल कुछ ना कुछ तो हो ही जाता है, कभी कभार तो उटपटांग खा ही लेते हैं. तो हाउ डू वी बैलेंस इट?
Yeah, so your mind power, like I said, your mind power, your mind awareness. So when you know something and then you know that you've eaten something wrong, then you fast a little, cut down the next day, all intake of anything tamasic, go on a very sattvic diet the next day. Your mind is the power, So number one, as soon as you become aware of it, there is a prana system inside you that starts working anti, the tamas. So your awareness itself is a power, is a very big power that will cut a lot of tamas, and then compensate the next day by meditating a little longer, also switching on to a fast or switching on to a very light diet the next day, etc. एंड मैंने जो 2 श्लोक बोले हैं, ये 2 श्लोक बड़े अच्छे हैं, इसके ऊपर चैंट करिए हाथ रख करके, बहुत एनर्जी जनरेट होती है इससे. It generates a lot of energy. So I'm going to the next question, Garima. Ghee is also rajasic. Yes. When you season, when you use ghee for seasoning, it's sattvic. तो little bit, 1 चम्मच घी में तड़का दे दिया तो वो सात्विक माना जाता है. बहुत सारा घी जब ऊपर डालते हैं हम या मिलाते हैं तो वो राजसिक होता है. क्वांटिटी ऑफ घी मेक्स इट सात्विक और राजसिक. ओके. एंड अगर हम घी में बहुत सारे स्पाइसेस ऐड करते हैं, रोस्ट करते हैं, अदरक लहसुन का प्याज का तड़का लगाते हैं घी में, वो तामसिक हो जाता है. घी भी तामसिक हो जाता है. So when you take khichdi and you put a little ghee on it, or we take rice and you put a little ghee on it, it's sattvic. It's not rajasic also. When you put a lot of ghee in it, तो वो राजसिक होता है. और घी को दबा करके पका करके मसालों में वो घी भी तामसिक हो जाता है. ठीक है.
So माँ, ये जो हम रोस्टेड नट्स वगैरह करते हैं घी में और उसमें साथ में नमक मसाला डालते हैं, तो वो तो फिर प्रॉपर तामसिक ही हुआ, राइट?
प्रॉपर तामसिक हुआ. तो उसमें क्या रहता है कि अगर आपने कम क्वांटिटी में खाया, जैसे हमारे यहाँ प्रेग्नेंट डिलीवरी होती है, उसके बाद गोंद के लड्डू बना के देते हैं, पंजीरी बना के देते हैं, है ना? तो when one takes it like a medicine, if you take that like a medicine, about a spoon of it, or then it is rajasic. But the moment you take a कटोरी of उसको दबा दबा के लड्डू खिला देते, वो तामसिक हो जाता है. और उस स्टेज के लिए वो ठीक है, because the intention of giving that is to clean the uterine tract and to clean the all the system from inside, that there is so much of heat there that वो सारा निकल जाए बाहर, इसलिए देते हैं. पर roasted dry fruits which are, again I'm repeating, dry fruits which are soaked and eaten are sattvic. When they are dry roasted also, they can be sattvic in little quantity, but when they are roasted in ghee and roasted in fried hote hain tab, or put salt and masala on it, then become tamasic. They become tamasic. Yeah. So what about sprouts? When we keep grains for 2 days for sprouting, is a natural process, and usme bahut energy hoti hai. But the higher the sprout, that means the older the sprout, पहले दूसरे दिन अंकुरित हुआ स्प्राउट सात्विक होता है. लंबे लंबे स्प्राउट जब हो जाते हैं वो राजसिक हो जाता है. तो वो अगर कच्चे खाए जाएं तो वो तामसिक बन जाते हैं, बिकॉज दे रिलीज अ लॉट ऑफ गैस. You need to steam it a little. हल्का उसको स्टीम करके आप खाते तो वो रजस होता है, वो रजस में आएगा. पर अंकुरित एकदम फ्रेश स्प्राउट्स जब होते हैं, when the beans, especially green lentil, is considered to be sattvic by nature. ग्रीन मूंग जो होती है वो अपने में ही सत्वा में होती है, तो वो जरा सा अंकुरित हो जाते हैं, तो वेरी सात्विक इन नेचर. दे कैन बी ईटन रॉ ऑल्सो, बट अदरवाइज व्हेन द स्प्राउट्स गो लिटिल लार्जर, लिटिल लॉन्गर, देन दे नीड टू बी स्टीम टू कीप इट राजसिक. एंड इफ यू ईट लंबे हुए हुए स्प्राउट जैसे बेचते हैं नॉर्मली, ऐसी नींबू काली मिर्ची डाल के खाते तो वो तो तामसिक होता है, बिकॉज इट जनरेट्स अ लॉट ऑफ वायु, बहुत वायु जनरेट करता है. सो यू हैव टू कैरी फूड इन टिफिन्स to work, yeah, and we carry food from morning till evening. Then what should we do? So you be aware of it. Number one, के 6 घंटे होते हैं ना नॉर्मली, 6 hours. यम 3 घंटे का एक यम होता है. 2 यमों तक खाना अच्छे मन से बनाया हुआ है, अच्छा होता है, घर का बना हुआ होता है, तो ठीक है, राजसिक लेवल पे रहता है वो. आज का रखा हुआ खाना कल नहीं खाना. और दूसरा, इफ यू टेकिंग सैलड्स एंड ऑल, डोंट कट देम एंड टेक देम. यू टेक अ चाकू एंड कट इट देयर. So a lot of people do that. They carry their kheera and tomato with them with a small knife, and they cut it in the office and eat it. सब्जियां जो होती हैं वो 6 घंटे तक तो रजस में रहेंगी when you're carrying your tiffin. So normally tiffin का मतलब कुछ उसमें escape भी नहीं है ना. When you're working, then you can't do anything about it. So keep it light. When you go from the house, you should eat what you want to eat nicely. That's why this lifestyle change probably is required for most of you, all of you. That you take when you're at home, you take your meal nicely and go, and then take a very light lunch, and then come back and have again a freshly cooked meal. Be aware of it. plain and simple. So who keep complaining about being constipated but eat veg food, is it because of not eating right and on time? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. All the problems, all the severities and aggressions of the stomach are because not eating at the right time and not eating the right quantity and not right kind of food. Basically, that's the problem. There is no other problem. Tea and coffee. Yes, this is a very good question, Ekta. So tea and coffee are stimulants, they're stimulants. So they're rajasic. If taken very little, that means आपने एक हाथ चाय सुबह लिए, एक हाथ चाय शाम को लिए, कॉफी सुबह लिए, वहां तक ठीक है, रजस रहता है. Overboard on them makes it absolutely toxic and addictive and tamasic. So 4-5 कप सुबह ले लिए, 5-6 कप चल रहे हैं, दिन भर चल रहे हैं, ठंड है बहुत यार चाय बनाओ, that's purely tamasic. It converts. And the best thing to understand about tamas, and let this be scary, doesn't matter. When you input tamas into your body, the already sattva there also gets converted into tamas. So please be aware of it. Please be aware of it, that take very small quantities. And you want to break habits, like for instance, if taking too much of tea, you want to break habit, cut the quantity and then cut the intake. So sab jo aap 5 chai pite hain subah mein, which is absolutely not nice. So we want to break that habit now because of understanding. You first of all make it to half a cup, quarter cup, and instead of 5, make it 3. And then slowly come to 1 good cup in the morning. That's it. 1 good cup is rajasic. It's stimulating. It makes your brain cells active and body mein energy, urja aati hai, ekdam rajasic hai wo. It puts your sleeping cells into motion. That's why we take it when we get up in the morning. You want your sleeping cells to get up. Yeah. Which asan to do for overcoming constipation? वज्रासन में बैठा जाता है. मैं तो योगा टीचर हूं नहीं, पर मुझे इतना पता है वज्रासन में बैठने से डाइजेशन अच्छी होती है. You sit in vajrasan for about 15 minutes. Your whole digestive system gets a push. Anus के पास से push मिलता है उसको. Digestion में बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. किसी दिन heavy meal खा लो अगर बहुत, तो sit in vajrasan for about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. It is really nice. Please give an example of diet for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Ipsita. Well, it's so difficult because everybody likes different kinds of things. So किसी को rice based अच्छा लगता है, किसी को bread based अच्छा लगता है, तो ये तो diet तो बड़ा मुश्किल है, तो customize करना पड़ेगा, asking you what you really like, but I'll try to do it, Ipsita. Yeah, lovely. So leaving at 7, I carry 3 tiffins prepared. Yeah, Shraddha, this is really very sad, and a lot of people lead this kind of lifestyle. I can understand. Carry 3 tiffins prepared at around 6:30 a.m. So all turn tamasic. Well, what you need to do is it's a very, very genuine and a very, very genuine and a very sincere comment and question, Shraddha. So if you're leading this kind of lifestyle, carry a lot of fruits with you and, salad vegetables with you that you should take frequently. Carry छाछ with you. छाछ होती जो buttermilk होता है वो करो. Tinned चीजें कम खाओ, मत खाओ ज़्यादा. Or understand that what you're eating is giving a nutritional value to the body, but not any energy value. Understand that. So once in a week, go on a fast or go on a liquid, juice kind of a diet to remove the tamas nikal jata hai jab aap ek din fast karte ho hafte mein. And the day you are at home, treat yourself with a very beautiful sattvic fresh cooked meal. That's the only suggestion I can give because aapka lifestyle.
Pranam, thank you, Ma.
Yeah. Pranam. Ma, could you share a little about gluten? Is it okay to consume or would it be best to go gluten-free? Chia seeds and seeds, Ma. So seeds are really very nice. Your basil seeds and chia seeds are really in these days. Little quantities, what I've been experimenting with them as well. A little quantity of them is really nice. Otherwise, again, it gives you a feeling of being bloated. So little quantity comes in the rajas. It comes in the rajas because it has fiber and can really, help you in your entire digestive packing it and pushing it into the outer path, so it's really little quantity. Seeds overboard are not good. I mean, the kind of, these nutrition aware people are eating मुट्ठी भर करके seeds खाते हैं, बड़ा bowl रखा हुआ seeds खाते हैं, that's not good. They're hard to digest. Roasted seeds are okay still. They're okay still. But over-consuming them can give you gas and can give you a feeling of being bloated because you really expand in your stomach, and that is not good. So roasted seeds taken in little quantities is good, including your chia seeds and basil seeds don't need to be roasted, but they need to be usko bhigona padta hai. They need to be soaked in water to consume. Don't consume chia seeds and basil seeds without soaking. They can stick to your digestive tract and then they become tamasic. Anything that does not get digested easily is tamasic, period. Anything that does not get digested easily is tamasic. That what you do to make it digest properly, it comes rajasic or sattvic, you know, depending on what it is. So अगर कोई चीज digestion में खराब है तो वो तो तामसिक अपने nature से ही बन जाती है, तो वो नहीं करना है, ठीक है. Gluten free का wheat के लिए lot of controversial thing. Wheat in itself, wheat का आटा बना हुआ राजसिक होता है. Wheat का आटा बना हुआ राजसिक होता है. Overboard ज्यादा खाने से वो तामसिक बन जाता है. Yeast करने से वो तामसिक बन जाता है. Yeah, and mixed with other you know, multigrain, जैसे हम आजकल बाजरा जौ मिला देते हैं उसमें, that is also rajasic. Little quantity, in fact that is very healthy and very nice because it gives you a mixture of energy and aids towards your working, helps towards your working. So rajasic quality उसमें अच्छी आती है when you mix different grain flour together. Wheat अपने में is not very nice. One or two pulkas तो rajas में आ जाता है, but a little more than that and twice in a day it becomes tamasic. It's not good. Gluten itself is not good. Gluten itself अच्छी tamas है वो. That's not rajas. Okay. So then we have milk is totally adulterated nowadays. Yes, they say that the consumption of milk, according to Ayurveda, as well as from our energy point of view, a cow, which is an animal, I mean, any milk, it can be goat's milk or, you know, any animal which is free, having pastures to graze and is happy and is moving and, you know, uski milk jo hai, hum uske bacche ko pilane ke baad lete hain, that milk is considered to be sattvic. And the rest of the packaged milk, you know, which of course fresh ही होता है, वो packaging उसकी ऐसे होते हैं, वो आप राजस में डाल सकते हैं उसको. पर जो टेट्रा पैक्स वगैरह होते हैं जो कि on the shelf 15 days पड़े रहते हैं, 15, वो तामसिक होता है. That should be added only to flavor something that you have an emergency and don't have any other milk, even milk powder for that matter, you know, powder करा हुआ milk भी. So energy value है ही नहीं बिल्कुल. It's tamasic and no energy sometimes. So you should use that only when it's an emergency, and not take it like a big nice glass every day of a Tetra Pak. That's not of any energy value. It's not. It can have nutritional value, but not energy value. Rajas tamas में चला जाता है वो, tamas में चला जाता है. If we finish dinner by 5, taking milk at 8 p.m. to satisfy hunger, is it energetically good? Yes, warm milk at night is good. Curd कब खाना चाहिए? And it is said it should not be eaten in dinner. And can we eat it whole year, all season? Yeah, well, you know, for kapha constitution, I mean, those who are having a lot of kapha in their prakriti, for them it is not recommended to have curd all the time. But those who are in vata or those who are in pitta can take curd even at night, but it should not be sour. It should be fresh curd and room temperature, not the cold curd. Because then it aggravates, it becomes tamasic. It cannot be digested. Anything that is not conducive to your digestion is tamasic. You know, so room temperature curd, fresh set किया हुआ, सुबह आपने जमाया, शाम में आपने कटोरी भर के खाया, perfectly all right. It comes into, it will come into rajas. It will still come into rajas, not into sattva. Okay, but not, it doesn't become tamas. If it's cold, it's khatta, then it is tamasic. Should we consume seeds like pumpkin, sunflower, soaked and roasted? Yes, that's nice. They're very high energy food. They're rajasic. Soaked or roasted is rajasic. But कच्चे नहीं खाना. गोंद के लड्डू राजसिक है या सात्विक? थोड़ा सा एक चम्मच भर करके इतना सा लेते हैं आप, तब वो राजसिक होता है और उसके आगे तामसिक होता है, सात्विक नहीं होता है. What about jaggery? Jaggery is rajasic. How to manage sugar cravings? Please suggest some healthy snacks. Makhane is very nice. Makhanas are sattvic, by the way. Makhanas are very sattvic. जो lotus seeds मिलते हैं, fox nuts, they are sattvic. And when you roast them with a little bit of ghee, without tempering it too much with masalas, and it's sattvic. If you put nice kali mirchi, chaat masala and all, it becomes rajasic. Okay. Thank you. How food and autoimmune issues are connected? Well, you know, primarily they say that when sattva, rajas and tamas ki hod hoti hai, there is a fight. Whichever is the predominant guna in you, it becomes predominant by suppressing the other two gunas always. So the predominance of sattva is preferred out of the three gunas. Predominance of rajas will create hyperactivity and hypersecretions in the body, resulting in a long period, in a long time, you know, imbalances in your acid system and digestive system and in your even organs. They age faster. If rajas can make your organs age faster, and tamas makes your organs decay faster. Sattva keeps life going with the organs. They're life food, you know, so it's very important, you know, for a healthy organ system to have more sattva influence. So the predominance of sattva should be kept in mind. You eat rajasic and tamasic food in awareness as and when required, but take that into complete awareness and compensate in time and on. Come on to predominance of sattva. That is important. So disease, yeah, your immune system. So disease and all comes with a you know, overboard of rajas, and then consequently tamas. All the diseases, whether it is immune system related or other, they're all related to tamas. So when disease has set in the body, your sattvic food will take quite some time to change the, you know, body. So one has to go over. You know, there was a cancer patient I had dealt with. I just reminded me at this moment. So he was cured with a lot of alternatives and a lifestyle change. He was a sailor and was every day into alcohol and heavy meat consumption and party life. A very nice person, but party life, completely ignorant about lifestyle and energy management. So he had cancer, and then with that cancer came a lot of awareness, you know, and he combated that. He's fought that cancer and was well for almost 15 years. He lived after that, whereas he was on the deathbed at that time. But with his high level of awareness, he educated himself of good food. He would take a lot of vegetable juices and you know, these green grass juices, wheat grass juice, and this and that. And with alternative medicines, he lived for about 15 years. I met him after 15 years because I knew him then when he was suffering. I met him after 15 years, and I saw that he had come back into his old lifestyle again, you know, with going to party every day and taking, thoda chalta hai, thoda sa ek do peg leta hu, zyada nahi leta hu, and a little bit of non-veg and this, and started again. So the organ system, you know, which was abused before his cancer time, got kind of you know, revived and rejuvenated in those 15 years of beautiful lifestyle and healthy sattvic food. And the moment he started that the old lifestyle, abusing lifestyle again, the organs gave up, you know, and he passed away. 1-2 साल में ही चले गए थे वो, पर मुझे इतना पता था कि 15 साल उनको जिंदा रखा उनके सात्विक डाइट ने. The 15 years he lived through the whole, you know, thing. It's very good sattvic diet, very aware of eating timing, eating quantity, eating. So your awareness will reward your organs for sure. You know, your awareness will reward your organs, and they will live longer. You will live healthier and happier. Yeah. So I want to share with all, I was addicted to tea, but my habit is gone. Yeah, Garima. After 21 days of very nice, beautiful. With now only 1 cup in morning, one very beautiful, Garima. I frequently get acidity due to overthinking or stress. How do you deal with? My body can't accept garlic and I follow sattvic diet. That's very nice. Your sleeping cycles is also cause of acidity. Acids are released according to natural cycle. It is also because of that. Yeah. So laddus, Rajgira, Amarnath are good. Yes, Purnima, they are nice. Still laddus are good. Honey is considered to be sattvic in little quantity and rajasic in more quantity. And the artificial honey, I mean the one that they make out of syrups and all, commercial honey, that is tamasic. What about the nut milk and oat milk? That all, yeah, that's nice. Nut milk. See, now here, if you're just taking milk out of, say, cashew or you're taking milk after soy milk, if they are roasted and if they are, you know, if you're aware of the process of taking the milk, then it can be called sattvic, again in little quantity, not in heavy quantity. But unaware, पता नहीं commercial preparations में preservatives वगैरह होते हैं, तो वो तो राजस हो सकता है या तामस हो सकता है, depending on how it is prepared. Depends a lot on how it is prepared. Also, even for food generally, you know, they say that when food is prepared with love and with awareness, then the food itself is laced with sattva. Otherwise, it goes into the corridors of rajas or tamas. How to reset biological cycle? My sleeping and awakening time changes daily. How to reset it to, yeah, so Kamalji, you'll have to take a resolve and come onto a very, you have to exercise अपनी जो जिद होती है ना, resolve शक्ति होती है, संकल्प शक्ति होती है, you have to exercise that, implement that on changing lifestyle for sure. बाकी चीजों में, व्यवहारिक चीजों में जिद लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. I mean, you can spend so much of energy, all of us, we can spend so much of energy convincing somebody about something or arguing or debating, so much of energy. We don't need to put our resolve shakti there. We need to put our resolve shakti into making our life better, you know. And so the more silence outside and more contemplation, introspection inside. If you decide, nobody can stop you from doing what you want to do, you know. So you have to make a sleeping cycle. बदलना ही पड़ेगा. ये जो conviction है दिमाग में कि मैं बदल नहीं सकता, unless somebody like Ekta who's doing a night duty, I mean, she has to quit the job if she has to change. But अगर ऐसी कोई मजबूरी नहीं है तो बदल सकते हैं जब आप यहाँ convince हो जाएंगे कि मुझे बदलना ही है ना? What to eat for bones and calcium, as it said, 40 years gets low in, yeah. So all natural sources of calcium can be had in small doses, not in big doses. In small doses, not in big doses, yes. What about salt, rock salt, table salt? Iodized salt, Christina, is tamasic and no good. Himalayan salt, natural salt is considered to be rajasic. It's considered to be rajasic when you flavor it little to take the, you know, to change the taste, it's rajasic. But when they're over salt, for instance, you have potato chips and, you know, which are like over salted, then that salt also becomes tamasic, even if it is natural salt. Yeah. So we are blessed to be connected. Yes. Thank you. Yes, that, I think that was amazing. Ritali Umrita, are you there?
Yes, ma.
So I wrote something very beautiful and I would like to read it out to you. Recipe for happiness. I want to read this and I want to close my lecture after this. Recipe for happiness. So 2 heap cups of patience. 2 heap cups of patience. 1 heart full of love. 2 hands full of generosity and loads of understanding. Mix all the ingredients together. Sprinkle some kindness. Add faith and mix well. Add a dash of laughter and spread it over a period of time. And then serve it smilingly to each and every one. This is the recipe for happiness.
That's beautiful.
Awesome. Awesome, ma.
You know? So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you
so much, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ritali ji.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you,
ma.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Ma, please put it in the group, what you wrote.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you,
ma.